Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Panachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Shri Radha Madhav ki Bhagavad-Vani Srimad Bhagavad-Gita Yatharup ki Srila Prabhupada ki Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. You are all welcome for evening Bhagavad-Gita class at ISKCON, Krishna Balaram Temple, Vrindavan Dham. We are reading from from Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 3, entitled Nishkam Karam Yoga. Nishkam Karam Yoga. Performing action, not having attachment to the result, and offering it to Krishna is called Nishkam Karam Yoga. We perform action according to our liking, but the result of the action we offer to Krishna, that is Nishkam Karam Yoga. And we are discussing this section which starts from verse number 17 to verse number 35. This whole section of almost 17 to 35 The heading is Nishkam Karma Yoga to set the example. Nishkam Karma Yoga to set the example. It's like that. I don't need to do Karma Yoga. I am already devotee. All right. You don't need the result of the karma, no problem. But you have to set example for others to follow. So, performing Nishkam Karma Yoga as an example for others to follow. So this is the section which we are discussing. And the verse for today, it is a continuous sequence of verses. The sequence of verses. And this verse especially, let us read this verse and let us see what is Krishna's message in this verse. Indriyasyendriyasyārthe rāga-dveṣau vyavasthitau tayor vaśam āgacchet tayoḥ asya paripanthinau indriyasyendriyasyārthe rāga-dveṣau vyavasthitau tayor vaśam āgacchet tayoḥ asya paripanthinau indriyasyendriyasyārthe rāga-dveṣau vyavasthitau tayor vaśam āgacchet tayoḥ asya paripanthinau indriyasyendriyasyārthe rāga-dveṣau vyavasthitau tayor vaśam āgacchet tayoḥ asya paripanthinau indriyasyendriyasyārthe rāga-dveṣau vyavasthitau tayor vaśam āgacchet tayoḥ asya paripanthinau indriyasyendriyasyārthe rāga-dveṣau vyavasthitau tayor vaśam āgacchet tayoḥ asya paripanthinau. Devyo. Indriyasyendriyasyārthe rāga-dveṣau vyavasthitau tayor vaśam āgacchet tayoḥ asya paripanthinau. So, what are the words you can know in this verse in your own common sense language? Indriyasyendriyasyārthe rāga-dveṣau vyavasthitau tayor vaśam āgacchet tayoḥ asya paripanthinau. This is rag and dvesh. Rag means attachment and dvesh means hatred, dislike. Rag means liking something, disrag means disliking something. It's a normal, ordinary language. I like this, I don't like this. Vyavasthitau. Vyavasthitau means they are already set in our mind. About what? Indriyasyendriyasyārthe. First indriya means senses. Second indriya means object of senses. Object of senses means इंद्रियों के विषय. Say like this. I have this eye as my sense. Eye has a liking to see beautiful things, and it has a dislike to see ugly things. This is in my mindset. I like this. I like to see this. I don't like to see this. I want to eat this. I don't want to eat this. Say like when we become devotees, we dislike the meat and other thing, and it's like we dislike it. This is our mindset, right? And if there's a beautiful some fruit or some prasad, we like it because this is a mindset. So for each sense, eye, there is a form which like and dislike. For the ear, there is a sound which we like and dislike. For the nose, there is a fragrance we like and dislike. And for the tongue, there is a taste we like and dislike. And for the skin, we have texture we like and dislike. Right? So this is the meaning of indriyasyendriyasyārthe. Is it clear? Indriyasyendriyasyārthe means senses and sense object. In their own mindset, there are some liking and some disliking. Is it clear for the first two lines? Indriyasyendriyasyārthe, rāga-dveṣau, vyavasthitau. Vyavasthita, the word vyavasthita, firmly fixed in the mindset. It's our nature. It's the nature of a person. A criminal has a liking for darkness in the night. You don't want light. Because this is mindset. But thief needs dark night. So usually, this is a mindset, something we like, something we don't like, and who senses. And regarding sense objects, where is this all set up in mind? Everything is impression on mind. It's called impression on mind. In Sanskrit, the word is vasana. Karma vasana. Vasana in English is impression. And they are from many lives, not of this one life. Because where are they? Where are all these impressions? On the mind. And we have same mind from the first day we came in this material world since time immemorial. We have changed many bodies, our mind is same. Mind goes from one body to other body. So we are living with the mind. Since millions of birth, our mind is same. You understand this point? Bodies are changed, mind is same. Nobody changed mind. Because mind carries the soul from one body to other body. Subtle body, the mind is most important part of the subtle body that carries the body from one to other, one soul from one body to other body. You understand this? 15th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita says, like the air carries the aroma, similarly mind carries the soul from one body to other body. You understand my point? So mind is same. It means impressions are on the mind. It means they are from many lifetimes. Therefore, our liking and disliking are also from many lifetimes. Is it okay? Now, the next line. Tayor na vaśam āgacchet. Tayo is in Sanskrit is a dual word. In English, there are only two, singular and plural. But in Sanskrit, there is singular, plural, and dvivachan means the dual word for two. Tayo means both. Both means liking and disliking, rag and dvesh. Tayor na vaśam āgacchet. Don't come under their control. It means don't be dictated by your likes and dislikes. Let them not control you. You means you as a soul. They should not dictate you, because you are the independent master of this body. So the mind is your journal. Senses are your army. So you should control them rather than they should control you. It's okay? It's clear? I have not started. It's okay. So, tayor na vaśam āgacchet. Don't come under their control. Why? Tayoḥ asya paripanthinau. Tayoḥ means both. He means definitely. Asya means of the soul. Paripanthinau means decoyed on the path. Obstacle on the path. For the soul to go back to Godhead, these two are the obstacles. What two? Rag and dvesh, which means attachment and aversion, like and dislike. And these are actually, rag and dvesh are among the five parva of ignorance. These are the 5 subjects of ignorance. Brahma created ignorance, which has 5 parts. 2 of them is rag and dvesh. So this is Maya. This is ignorance. Rag, dvesh, abhinivesha, avidya. These are 5. This is called agyan ke parva. Vidya ke, these are the object of avidya, or the ignorance. So they are obstacle, they are decoyed. They plunder you on your path back to Godhead. So don't come under their control. Now the words are clear. Now we are reading Srila Prabhupada's word-to-word meaning. Indriyasya, of the senses. Indriyasya, sense. Now is it clear? For eye, form, for ear, sound. So these are the indriya. These are sense objects. Raga, attachment. Dvesha, also detachment. Vyavasthitau, put under regulation. So vyavasthitau is like that. When we have a class, you have to put things, the chairs on one side, say, for the Mataji's one side, Prabhu's one side. This is called vyavasthitau. The speaker's place. So you put these things in a order. It's not that somebody's, say, one Mata is sitting here, boy, Prabhu is sitting there, and the speaker is on the other side. So vyavasthitau means you put in right position. What actually it means? It means that you cannot give it up. You must have attachment and also detachment. But you should have attachment for Krishna. And you should have a detachment from Maya. That is the right course of attachment and detachment, right? You cannot give up attachment and detachment. So you should have an attachment for Krishna. That is a vyavasthita. Now we have attachment for sense objects. Then, if we are Krishna conscious, then we will have an attachment to Rishikesh, the master of senses. And now we have detachment from Krishna conscious activities. Then, when we become Krishna conscious, we will be detached from worldly activities. So both should be properly regulated. Put the things where it belongs to. Your kitchen item should be in the kitchen and bathroom item should be in the bathroom. You understand this? That is the meaning of vyavasthitau. It's not that your soap is in the kitchen and a fry pan is in the toilet. Yeah, that is vyavasthitau. That's the meaning of vyavasthitau in a normal language. So, these vyavasthitau, Srila Prabhupada says, put under regulation, means put right thing at right place. So, rāga, right? Which the another word for rāga is āsaktā. You know āsaktā? Attachment, right? And 7th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, Maya asakta manaha paratha. Maya asakta manaha paratha. Hey, Arjuna, you attach your mind to me. That is a proper attachment of the raga, right? It is a normal thing. So, vyavasthitau means put things where it belongs to. So, mind belongs to whom? Mind belongs to? Mind belongs to, Bhagavad-Gita says, indriyanam manascha asmi, among the senses of mind. I am mind. So, mind is Krishna's opulence. So, put the mind, attach the mind to Krishna. That is a proper thing, because mind belongs to Krishna, right? The thing which belongs to, you put there. Senses and sense object, they belongs to world. You put it toward world. So that is called the meaning of vyavasthitau. Now Srila Prabhupada writes, tayo of them, na, never, control. Āgacchet, one should come. Tau, those, he, certainly, asya, his, which means soul. Actually, it means soul. Paripanthinau, stumbling blocks. Now, the translation by Srila Prabhupada. There are principles to regulate attachment and aversion. There are principles. Principles are like goals, and the rules are like roads. You know, principle means I have goal to go to Vrindavan is a principle. And the rule is to go either by car or by auto or by foot, but your goal is there. So principles are, you cannot change principles. Principle are like a lighthouse. You cannot change principle. You can change your route. You can change your route, but you cannot change principle. There's an old story. Principle are like, there was an army ship with a journal in the ship. And in a night he saw a light from opposite side. So he said, you change your direction. Say, I cannot change. He says, you don't know, I am journal. I am the officer in charge of Navy. How can you say no? He said, it's not possible, I cannot change. He said, how come that? You have to follow. And ultimately, the opposite side told, I am not light of a ship. I am tower house. You cannot change tower house. You have to change your direction. You understand what I am saying? So you cannot change the powerhouse which gives the direction to the ships where to go. You have to change the direction of the ship. You understand what I am saying? Is it clear to everybody the story I told you? Huh? It's like that. This is the Krishna Balaram temple. Right? Now you say, no, you change the temple from here because I cannot walk, so you just change the direction of the temple here. No, temple cannot change. You have to change, right? So principles are like the lighthouse which cannot change. But the rules can change. The route can change. You can change the things. So Prabhupada writes, these are principles. There are principles to regulate attachment and aversion. What are the principles? Are injection of the scripture. What are the principles? Principles are rules and regulation of scripture. If they say you should be attached to Krishna, then you'd follow that. If they say don't be attached to the material sense enjoyment, then you follow it. So the principles are rules and regulation of the scripture and bona fide spiritual master. So who gives rules and regulation? Are the principles, the scripture, and spiritual master. Okay. One should not come under control of such attachment and aversion. One should not come under control of these. Why? Because they are habits. They are mindset. They will dictate you to do like that, and you have not to come under their control. It's a lazy person. He get up early in the morning, 4 o'clock. I have to go for Mangala. Sorry, I think I have taken hardly 3 hours rest. I have morning work. If I go there in morning, I will not be able to do it. So he will try to convince himself that it's better I should take rest. So he knows the rules. He knows the rules that he has to go. But his nature will control him. And he will not go. Do you understand? This is all we all have this nature. We know something. There are two examples vivid given here in the purport. Just will come. And they are very, you can say, gross examples. So, they are a stumbling block on the path of self-realization. Paripanthinau means path of self-realization. Self-realization means coming to the consciousness of constitutional position of a soul is self-realization. Coming to the constitutional position of the soul. And what is the constitutional position of the soul? Soul is eternally Krishna's servant. That is self-realization actually. I know who am I, that is self-realization. As a soul, I am eternal servant of Krishna, that is self-realization. So on this path, so this is the goal. These attachment and aversion are blocks, stumbling blocks. They are dacoits, they plunder you, misguide you. You will never reach to your goal of self-realization. So be aware of that. Don't come under their control. They will dictate you to do like that, but don't come under their control. Now, Srila Prabhupada's purport. Those who are in Krishna consciousness are naturally reluctant to engage in material sense gratification. Those who are in Krishna consciousness are naturally reluctant to sense gratification. And Prabhupada writes in some place, sense gratification and Krishna consciousness never go together. You cannot do both and become Krishna conscious. No, you have to take one choice. Krishna consciousness or sense gratification. So, Prabhupada, those who are Krishna conscious, they are reluctant. It means they control their urges for sense gratification. They control their urges. They have a desire inside, but they control. At this stage, if I tell you one thing, we all have always desire for material enjoyment, because this is our second nature from time immemorial. But when we come to Krishna consciousness, we try to, what is the word? We try to be reluctant to do it. It means we have all the, these regulation, no illicit sex, no gambling, no meat eating. People want to do this, but in Krishna consciousness, we give it up. We are reluctant to do it. It's like that. You understand? The whole world is going in this direction. Only Krishna conscious people are not going in that direction. They are reluctant to do this. Tendency is there. But we control our foreign desires. These are foreign desires, because foreign means material world is a foreign for us. We don't belong to material world, we belong to Krishna. So we are in a foreign world. Prabhupada says foreign nature. So, reluctant is different word than completely stopping. Reluctant means I like it, but I am not going to do it. It's a self-restraint. Self-restraint. It means when we come to Krishna consciousness, then we we control our hankering for sense enjoyment. We try to stop it. And for that, only one golden principle is remember in association of devotees. That is like fencing. If you have a very tender plant, you put a fencing to safeguard it from the animals. So our devotion's tender creeper, we have to have good association of the devotees. They will safeguard us from temptation for sense gratification. Therefore the Prabhupada created society where we live in a society of the devotees, because that can only help us to not get carried away by this sense enjoying allurement. Because devotee will hold on. They are like anchors. There's a boat and there's a flow of the river, it will go. But if you have an anchor and tied to the anchor the boat with the rope, then boat will not go. So association is like an anchor. This will not allow us to flow in the direction of sense gratification. They are good anchors. Devotee association are the good anchors to safeguard us from falling down in the trap of sense gratification. Is it okay? So, Srila Prabhupada writes, but those who are not in such consciousness, means those who are not Krishna conscious, should follow the rules and regulation of revealed scripture. These are principles. These are principles for what to do and what not to do. What to do we should be attached to, and what should not be done we should be reluctant to. Okay. Unrestricted sense enjoyment, it means there is a restricted sense enjoyment. Unrestricted and restricted, right? Illicit sex and licit sex. So, in a marriage, having a sense to beget children is legitimate. It is restricted. And unrestricted means not following the rules and regulation of scripture of the marriage sanskar and mixing man and female, that is unrestricted. It's a very simple example which Prabhupada is given here. Unrestricted sense enjoyment is cause of material engagement. Material engagement means grass bodies. Material engagements means this grass body. Why we have grass body? Because we have uncontrolled, unregulated sense gratificatory motives. Therefore we get what it means actually. I want to eat flesh. So I will be given the body of a tiger. That is my engagement next. I am preparing my next engagement as a tiger. I don't want to wear much cloth. Next my engagement is tree. No need of cloth. You understand what I'm saying? This is the engagement means getting next material body of the soul. Okay? But one who follows the rules and regulation of the revealed scripture does not become entangled by the sense objects. Not entangled by sense objects. And what are the sense objects? For the eyes, form. For the ears, sound. So these are the sense objects. Now, next. For example, now Prabhupada is giving example. The sex enjoyment is necessary for conditioned soul. And sex enjoyment is allowed under the license of marriage ties. There is rules and regulation of scripture. According to the spiritual injection, one is forbidden to engage in sex relationship with any woman other than one's wife. This is a rule. All other women are to be considered as one's mother. This is a Niti Shastra. Niti Shastra. This is the Niti rules of Niti Shastra. Niti Shastra means code of conduct. But in spite of all such injunctions, a man is still inclined to have sex relationship with other women. How much it is true, you cannot really imagine. It's not possible to imagine. When Gaur-Kishordas Babaji, he left his body, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj said, well, he is my guru, I have to take care of his body. And so many Babajis came. And they said, no, he's my guru, we will take care of him, we'll take care of him. And there's a big riot there. At that time, the police came there. British time, police inspector came, whatever. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said, any of these Babajis, if they have not illicit sex with any woman in last 1 year, then they should touch the body of my spiritual master. 1 year, on all Babajis. Then he said, first in the last 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, ultimately all Babaji disappeared. Nobody was there. It means this restriction everybody know, but everybody is foolishly entrapped by Maya to indulge in illicit sex. May not be physically, but mentally. Maybe in their thought, everybody is implicated in this. This is what we know we should not do, but we are doing. This is what Prabhupada is given this example. And now you see, but in spite of such injection, a man is still inclined to have sex relationship with other women. These propensities are to be curbed, means tayo vaśam na āgacchet. You should not come under their control. It means we have to be reluctant to be carried away by these temptations. Reluctant. They should be curbed. These propensities are to be curbed. Otherwise, they will be stumbling blocks on the path of self-realization. As long as material body is there, the necessity of the body are allowed, but under rules and regulations. Body and body's needs are there. We have to eat every day. So, but what we should eat, that is regulated. We should eat first non-violent vegetarian food. Second, it must be offered to Krishna, and then honor. So these are the regulations. You have to eat. You cannot stop eating. But you have to eat by regulation of the scripture. Eat only what is allowed for a gentleman, and eat according to the principle given in the scripture. So you cannot stop eating. So you have to sleep. But your sleep also regulated. You have to have, you have to go for excursion also. Instead of going to, say, Disney World, and go to the Jagannath Puri. So you have to go, but you know where to go. So regulation should be in a right direction. And yet we should not rely upon control of such allowance. Now Prabhupada is warning us. We have regulations. We are able to follow regulation, but still we should not rely on that. And then Prabhupada is giving analogy. And what is the analogy? One has to follow those rules and regulations unattached to them, because practice of sense gratification under regulation may also lead one to go astray, as much as there is always a chance of accident even on the royal road. You have a highway, but there will be accident. There is passing. It means there's a red light, there is a policeman, but still there is an accident. So similarly, if you are regulated in your Krishna conscious activities, but still there is a chance we can fall down. So even in a regulated sense gratification, we should be very careful, vigilant, and always pray that we should not become prey to sense gratification. Prey to prey. One prey means become a sort of, like a frog is a prey for a snake. So we should pray not to pray, to become prey to the sense objects. You understand what I'm saying? So even restricted sense gratification, there is a risk. There is a risk. And if we become just little relaxed, then the direction will change, and on the long way it becomes just away from the goal. So even in a regulated sense gratification, there is every chance that we can go astray. Going astray means missing the goal. Going astray means missing the goal. I have to go to Krishna Balaram temple, but I go on side to some restaurant, just astray. Oh, there's something. What is the difference? There's some prasad, khichdi they are giving in a temple, and outside also we can have some restaurant, some nice recipe. So our mind will just make us, what is the difference? This is also vegetable. This is also vegetarian restaurant. What is the problem? Yeah, they are Brijbhasi. What is the problem? So this type of mind always take us away from a goal. If you start doing this, then you will become more grass, and you will go away from the goal. So even there is a regulation, still there is a chance of going astray. Although they may be very carefully maintained, means roads are carefully maintained. No one can guarantee that there will be no danger even on the safest road. Danger on the safest road. Titan was a big ship made with so much guarantee and proof that it won't sink, but in the first voyage it sank. So on a safest, guaranteed thing, there is always a risk. So now, The sense enjoyment spirit has been current a very long time owing to material association. So this is sense enjoying spirit. So there are two types of spirit. And this is another word for spirit is attitude. There are two types of attitude, or two types of mentality, or two types of spirit. One is enjoying spirit, one is service spirit. In this world there are only two spirits or two attitudes, service attitude or enjoying attitude. Enjoying attitude is for conditioned soul, and service attitude is for liberated soul. So we are conditioned soul, so we have what type of enjoying spirit? We want to enjoy because we are in this material world. Why this world is created? For the enjoyment of conditioned soul. This world is created for the needs for enjoyment of the conditioned soul. So long we are in association of this material world. So this is our second nature to become enjoyer. Now what we cannot stop enjoying. We cannot stop enjoying. So what should we do? We cooperate with Krishna in enjoyment. Krishna is the real enjoyer. We become his assistant in his enjoyment as enjoyed by him. So we will also get pleasure. So this is the natural for soul to enjoy in association of Krishna. And to enjoy separate from Krishna is enjoying mentality. To enjoy with Krishna by serving Krishna is service attitude. The whole purpose of spiritual discipline and Krishna consciousness is to switch from enjoying spirit to service spirit. Whole spiritual teachings are the subject of Krishna consciousness is to have a paradigm shift from enjoying spirit to services. And by initiation, we get a name, Das, or Dasi, servant. That is actually the day we have to mindset that we are not enjoyer, we are to be enjoyed. We are to render service. That is, initiation means the time we promise that we give up enjoying, separate enjoying mentality, and we will only assist and become being enjoyed by Krishna and serve him. That is the vow we actually take at the time of initiation. Therefore, in spite of regulated sense enjoyment, there is a very chance of falling down. Therefore, any attachment for regulated sense enjoyment must also be avoided by all means. So, regulated sense enjoyment also there is a risk. So, it is better to avoid all this. But attachment to Krishna consciousness by acting always in the loving service of Krishna detach one from all kinds of sensory activity. Now Prabhupada is saying, since you have to be attached to something, why not to attach to Krishna? If you only attach to Krishna, all other attachment will automatically disappear. What principle? Raso vai asya. Then when you have a higher taste, the lower taste disappear automatically. Param drishtva na nivartate. Param drishtva na nivartante. One who has enjoyed the higher taste of Krishna consciousness, for him the lower taste of sense gratification become insignificant. So that is the principle. And then Prabhupada writes, therefore no one should try to be detached from Krishna consciousness at any stage of life. Usually people ask, what do you advise for us to be in Krishna consciousness? My only one advice is, always chant Hare Krishna, never forget that. All other things will automatically fall in line. Simply you never give up chanting, all things will automatically fall in line. Never forget Krishna, always remember Krishna is only one principle. The one only rule is always remember Krishna. And one only regulation is never forget Krishna. All the other rules and regulations of the scripture are the servant to this one rule. Sumartavya Vishnu Sarvatra Kadachin na visamreta. Therefore, no one should try to be detached from Krishna consciousness at any stage of life. The whole purpose of detachment from all kinds of sense and attachment is ultimately to become situated on the platform of Krishna consciousness. So, if we become attached to Krishna, then we will be automatically detached from the material entanglements. Now, our time is, I think, getting over. Otherwise, I had the other commentaries by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan, but I am only reading this part. Baldev Vidyabhushan note. Vasana. Vasana means? Vasana are sanskaras, which means impression from many lifetimes. Impression, the three words, vasana, sanskara are impressions, are means by which experience of previous lives stay with the jiva life after life. It means we have habit formed from different experience of many lifetimes. Everybody is born with a different nature. Everybody has a different nature. Sabka swabhav alag hai. Everybody has a different nature. And how nature is formed? How nature is formed? By influence of three modes of material nature. Our nature is formed by the influence of three modes of material nature. And where the three modes of material nature exert their influence? On the subtle body, principally on the mind. And we carry mind with us, therefore our nature goes with us. So we are born with a special nature. Some are born with a divine nature, some are born with a demonic nature. Some have an angry nature, some have a greedy nature, some have a lusty nature that we inherit from many lifetimes. Now, Chakravarti, Baldev Vidyabhushan, under certain condition, the impression activate, creating memory of previous like or dislike. These are old impression. We like something, we dislike something. They are activated. Desire appear. When they are activated, desire appear to do that. And thus the jiva act. Now, though vasana or impression are powerful to instigate the jiva to act, they do not make the jiva powerless to make his choice. So they want you to be attached to something. This is your nature. But it is your choice. You want to attach to Krishna or to sense gratification. Choice is still yours. You have independence. The impression is to be attached to something. That will be there. But now it is your choice as a jiva. There may be a strong attachment. Your nature is that I should be attached to something. Yes, you cannot give it up. I am greedy. Yes, I am greedy. But I should be greedy for Krishna Katha. So my attachment, my greed is now in a right channel. Otherwise I will be greedy for the wealth or something else. So jiva has a choice. There is choice. The free will of the jiva exists along with his experience of vasanas. We have strong affinities for certain things, but still we have a free will where we want to go. You have a two shop, one is a milk shop, one is a liquor shop. You have a choice where you want to go. You have a desire to drink, but what you want to drink, it is your choice. You want to go to the liquor shop or to a milk shop. So you have to go. But where you are going, that is a vyavasthitau. This enables the jiva to choose the advice of scripture over his material desires. So therefore, the living entity has to choose to follow the rules of scripture rather than his own free will. So this is in our hand now. This we can do. So, here the examples are given. This scripture says, go to the spiritual master, serve him. But we have detachment from that. I don't want, why I should need a spiritual master? Why should I serve him? So, this is a scriptural injection. We should do this, but we don't want to do this. And other side, scripture says, don't steal somebody's things. But we see something and we want to really take that. So this is our rāga and dveṣau. So we have to really switch them. If we have a stealing tendencies, then always think of Krishna as a butter thief Krishna. So it's still your stealing propensity will also be pacified and satisfied by thinking of Krishna as a butter thief. But don't become yourself. So ultimately anything done for Krishna is okay, and anything done for our sense gratification is always a trouble on the path of self-realization. I think we end it here. Any question or comment? Already we have. Any question or comment? Yes.
You said impression of mind liking and disliking comes from...
Yeah, many. We have this mindset from many lifetimes.
But liking and disliking differs in every yoni or every... Sometimes we take...
Yes.
Cat, sometimes the dog, sometimes...
So they are always there.
But impression, liking and disliking differs then...
Yeah, they may be for different things in a different person for a different places, but they are there. Only things are there. That means attachment and aversion is always there. For what? This may differ. Like some people have an attachment just for meat eating. What can you do this? When somebody is, even in a devotee, he has attachment only to eat, say, soya bean sabzi. So it is the nature. Some devotees has this habit to do it. They don't want to give it up. But attachment is there. What is the object that may differ?
So impressions, you said impressions for something liking or disliking?
They are always from the impressions are there on the mind for all the jivas since time immemorial. But they are translated according to the different species in which we go. Somebody is in a pig, then his liking is to eat a stool.
That changes, no?
Yeah, his liking will be for the stool.
That changes.
Yes.
Impression changes.
Impression will remain, liking and disliking, but the object will change. Sense object will change. The object, if we are human being, then we have I like the beautiful face of somebody. Yeah?
I have liking for fruit.
Yeah, food. Yeah, differ.
I have liking for fruit, disliking for meat.
Yeah.
In some, as a lion, I have liking for...
Different food, yeah. So the point here is the fixed impression are for attachment and detachment. But what are the different objects that differ in different people, different places, and different time? Okay. Was it understandable?
Very much.
I don't know. Just
You laid things in a simple way and...
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Sadhu.